Hey guys, it's Friday afternoon. I'm about to go inside and get the kids ready for dinner and all that stuff. Weather looks like be looking up for the weekend. But before I end the week, I want to touch on something. I know the channel just kicked off, Black Moon TV. I don't want it to seem that I know it could be misconstrued that I'm hating on Republicans, Republican voters. I'm hating on Fox News journalists or people that go on Fox News and talk. Or I'm spewing a lot of hate and anger. Yes, as a human being, as an American citizen, as a black man in America, I have a lot to be angry about, right? But my story doesn't end there, right? In all regards, as an American citizen, as a black man, my story don't end at me hating what I'm seeing or hating certain things I talk about. I do see a lot of things put out there, especially in Facebook and social media and Fox News, when they talk about they are canceling us and they're doing this and they're hurting this and they're promoting stuff that's bad for our children. And normally they're usually talking about is Democrats. And sometimes people even come in and say Democrats are doing this. Now, as a Democratic voter, right, and 80 million of us voted for Biden, the only thing we've done in the last couple of months was vote for Joe Biden and a bunch of local officials to help the Senate and the House get the majority for the Democratic Party. That's all we've done, right? The only thing they've done that these people talk about is vote, right? I'm not sure. Obviously, they don't want people to vote anymore, Republicans and Fox News. They don't want people to do anything that they feel would help better middle and low income people, right? So when you talk about Democrats and they are doing this and they're doing that, you're talking about me, right? Am I canceling Pepe Le Pew? Am I putting Megan Thee Stallion and Cardi B on stage to sing at the Grammys? No, right? Maybe what you're seeing is a lot of Democratic people and institutions are head of these institutions that are sort of writing the history of society, right? And like I said, if you don't like something, become it and change it. That's the best way to changing things you don't see, right? That's why I do these videos. I see a lot of things I don't like, so I make these videos that hopefully it gets a message across to show people there's other ways of thinking outside the box. There's other things to do besides being silent and not doing anything about it and being scared to talk. Don't be scared to talk. One, my channel isn't about hating Republicans or any of that, right? There's 4 types of people in this country. There's Republican voters, Republican politicians, Democratic voters, and Democratic politicians, right? And the only people that have any change or any say so in the way this country is run are the politicians, not so much the voters, right? We could vote for Joe Biden, but Joe Biden could go into office and do F all and do nothing, right? You can vote for Donald Trump, right, as a Republican voter, and Trump could go into office and do F all and whatever, right? It doesn't mean you're responsible for that person you voted for, right? Like I said, if Joe Biden went into the White House and did nothing for 4 years, as someone that didn't like Donald Trump, I'd be happy with that, right? Because by not doing anything, things would get done, if that makes sense. So Biden's actions, right, is not my responsibility, right? When I voted for Biden, I just hope for the best. When you guys vote for Donald Trump, you hope for the best, right? A lot of my Trump supporter friends, when Biden came in office, a lot of the sensible ones said, oh, well, he's not the guy we wanted, but we hope his success is our success. They recognize if Biden's successful in curbing coronavirus, bringing back the economy, it meant money in their pockets, right? And that's common sense. So my channel isn't meant to put down Republican voters, right? I do dislike a lot of what Republican politicians stand for. I don't even think the Republican Party is a party anymore, right? They don't know what they're about. They're basically about what Donald Trump did for them, cutting taxes for rich people and getting rid of health care and benefits for poor people. That's the only thing I've ever seen consistent with the Republican Party since Ronald Reagan was in office, right? I haven't really seen anything else. The only difference between Trump and other Republican presidents is Trump was an anti-war president. A lot of Republicans, for some weird reason, are pro-war, And Trump, the only difference, only, I guess, good thing about him, he was anti-war, right? But that's not even giving him any credit because of the nonsense he did. So when I talk bad about Republicans, I'm not speaking bad about you as a voter, right? I'm not speaking bad about your grandparents who might vote Republican. I'm not speaking bad if you love Donald Trump. I'm not speaking bad about you. But all I'm saying, the thing I hate the most is people that don't take responsibility for their actions, right? If I call countries shithole countries in March, right? And I'm saying your country's a shithole country with high unemployment, right? And in April, May, my country, because of COVID, has higher unemployment than your country. I have to own up to that and say, well, I guess I was wrong. I guess America's a shithole country now. So it's about owning up to what you said. And Republican politicians do not do that, right? Republican voters, I don't know a lot of them, but the close ones I have around me, they're people, they're real people, they're three-dimensional people that make mistakes and they correct their mistakes, or they own up to most of what they do, like most people, right? There's an average, and they're average in owning up to what they do. Politicians do not do that, Republican politicians, right? And I just want you guys to know before I end the week off that I'm not hating on voters, that people that vote either which way. But if you vote for Donald Trump and he fucks up, take responsibility and say, oh yeah, we voted for this guy. We don't know what he's doing. He's drawing fake lines on a map. He's calling countries bad names. You know, he's not doing anything coronavirus. He's blaming China for it. Own up to that, right? If Biden sat in office 100 days and did F all, I'd be like, yo, dudes, I voted for Biden. What was I thinking? He's not doing anything. But he's getting the shit done. He's getting work done. He's getting vaccinations out there. And I'm going to say, oh, wow, I'm glad I voted for him, right? It's that easy, right? Give praise where praise is due and criticize where criticism is due. It's life is that simple, right? It has nothing to do with politics, right? Donald Trump did a great job for 4 years. I would have voted for him last year, right? Controversies aside, if you saw, you know what? He's flawed when it comes to women and harassment and all the other crap he does with taxes. But you know what? He's a good president, right? COVID didn't get off the ground in March last year. I'm still working from my office. I'm not working from home. My kids are in school, right? 500,000 people aren't dying. I'm going to vote for Donald Trump again, right? None of that happened. So why the hell would I vote for him again? And why would people defend themselves for voting for Donald Trump and putting flags in the lawn? That's BS, right? We're seeing the same thing. We're living in the same country. Our kids are working from home or schooling from home, and it's affecting our lives. We're losing our jobs. We're losing our health care. Our grandparents are dying, right? So why would you vote for a guy that didn't do F all in 2020, but call it a hoax, call it a Chinese thing, a democratic virus, you know? So I may come off as brash and bold, but I'm not hating anyone. I love all people around the planet. But I just want you people, whether left or right, Democratic or whatever, even if you're a Nazi, right? I would have respect for someone only because they own up to a mistake they did, right? So if you're a Nazi on Monday and by Tuesday or Wednesday, you're like, you know, I was bad for doing the things I did on Monday as a Nazi. I don't want to do that anymore. I want to put that down and fight against Nazis and fight against that type of thing. On Friday, I'll be like, yo, I kind of respect that guy over there. He made a mistake on Monday. On Wednesday, he turned it around. He did stuff to help the situation, right?